ऑन है क्या? वो नहीं है, डेड वाली ऑन है?
हाँ, लाइव है, लाइव है।
आवाज नहीं जा रही है ना?
आवाज भी जा रही है। हाँ।
ये पहले बोलते ना, मिस कितनी अच्छी टीचर है।
तुम्हारा सब कुछ कैप्चर हो गया है।
कैप्चर हो गया।
इसलिए देखिए स्टार्टिंग नहीं देखी।
वो डेड किंग दिखाया, डेड
नहीं मस्ती कर रही है। बहुत सर बहुत कुछ बोल दिया हम लोग। भैया अंदर जाओ ना ऑफिस।
देखो क्या है ना,
Listen.
Good morning and a warm welcome to everyone present here. We are truly delighted to commence the TEDx Student Talks event. A celebration of ideas, imagination, and the courage to voice one vision.
As Sir Ken Robinson beautifully said, imagination is the source of every form of human achievement. Today we gather not merely as spectators, but as witnesses to the imagination transforming into insight, courage, and meaningful action.
This platform unites young thinkers and creative minds, inspiring us to broaden perspectives, nurture innovation, and shape a world driven by purpose and possibility.
To inaugurate this auspicious occasion, let us illuminate the ceremonial lamp, an eternal emblem of wisdom that dispels the shadows of ignorance and kindles the radiant beacon of knowledge, harmony, and enlightenment.
We are profoundly honored to invite our chief guest, Srimati Mala Ramadorai, to grace this sacred moment by lighting the ceremonial lamp. I now request our Principal Ma'am to escort our chief guest along with Director Sir Major General Deepak Saxena of the Bhai Kabhi Bhai and Hansraj Morali Charity Trust, Andheri campus for a luminous celebration of learning, vision and inspiration.
filling this hall with reverence and tranquility. Indeed, when the divine hymn blends with the radiant lamp, it awakens the inner light within us all, guiding our thoughts, deeds, and aspirations towards purpose, insight, and enduring harmony.
Every distinguished gathering begins with a warm embrace of gratitude, a moment to honor the presence, wisdom, and energy of those who enrich this occasion.
It is indeed a privilege to have with us today our chief guest, Srimati Mala Ramadorai, whose remarkable journey and inspiring vision continue to illuminate paths of knowledge, creativity, and leadership. We extend our heartfelt welcome to her.
It is our privilege to have with us today our chief guest, Srimati Mala Ramadurai, a visionary educator, accomplished musician, and devoted trustee, whose remarkable journey and inspiring vision continue to illuminate paths of knowledge, creativity, and leadership. We extend our warmest welcome to her. With advanced degrees in education, counseling, psychology, and Hindustani classical music, she has made a profound impact on the field of education through her exemplary leadership, including her roles as Vice Principal of Bombay International School and All India Head of Teacher Training at SchoolNet India Limited. A celebrated classical music performer, she gracefully bridges the realms of art and education, conducting transformative workshops and enthralling audiences at prestigious venues across the country. As chairperson of City School for Special Education, she's a tireless advocate for inclusivity, nurturing, and empowering young learners with diverse abilities. Her unwavering dedication to fostering creativity, holistic learning, and inclusivity stands as a luminous beacon of inspiration for us all. Let us now express our appreciation with a resounding round of applause. On behalf of Rajhans Vidyalaya, we are honored to present this token of appreciation as a gesture of a heartfelt gratitude. May I now request our principal ma'am, Mrs. Ritu Dubey, to present a bouquet to our chief guest. Thank you, ma'am.
With deep reverence and joyous delight, we extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guests, APT members, dear parents, and vibrant participants whose presence, energy, and enthusiasm illuminate this hall, transforming this gathering into a resplendent celebration of ideas, inspiration, and collective brilliance. May I now invite our principal, Mrs. Ritu Dubey, to illuminate this occasion with her inspiring thoughts on the TEDx Student Talks.
A very good morning to all the present here and a very, very warm welcome. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all for this special celebration and culmination of Rajhans Vidyalaya's TEDx Student Talks 2025-26. As you all know, this is the new initiative which we have started in this academic year. This initiative is designed to empower our students in their public speaking skills, allow them to speak with confidence, think critically, and share their ideas very boldly with the world. And we have started this year. It will continue for years to come at Rajhans Vidyalaya. So congratulations to all the parents, all the participants, and all the staff members. And a big thank you to the management for allowing us to host this program and start this initiative. So TED stands for Technology, Entertainment, and Design. And it began in 1984 as a small conference bringing together all the thinkers, innovators from diverse fields. What started as a single event long back has currently evolved into a global platform for all the thinkers called as ideas worth spreading. And over the years, TED has inspired millions worldwide. And TED Ed is the educational arm of TED, and it was created to spark curiosity and help young minds to express their ideas with a lot of clarity, confidence, and creativity. Through this initiative at Rajhans, we aim to nurture public speaking skills and provide a safe space for all the students to articulate their perspectives and engage thoughtfully with their ideas. As I mentioned that this is a new initiative, so the journey began long back, right in the month of March 2025, with a teachers' orientation and a mini training session for all the teachers, where there was a lot of brainstorming and ideas exploration done by the teachers. So they were all set and ready to start with the students. In the month of April, we started with the students, wherein self-discovery option and opportunity was given to all the students through a worksheet, through different ways of brainstorming with the teachers and students. In the month of June, the students started talking whatever thoughts they had put down on the pieces of paper. So from paper to talks started in the month of June. Later, in the previous months, a lot of training, mentoring, elimination rounds were conducted for the students. The beauty of the whole program was that each and every child participated in this, and today is the culmination. Yes, you heard it right. All the students, right from grade 1 to grade 12, participated in this initiative. Initially, the students were given platform in the classroom, so they presented their ideas in front of their classmates, smaller platform, and then the elimination rounds were conducted. Today, you'll be witnessing 24 participants, first 12 and next 12 in the second show. But believe me, it is all the students who are the winners for me, and each parent has contributed and each teacher has contributed in putting up this. So like I mentioned, this is the culmination of the journey, and it's a celebration of young voices who think deeply, speak fearlessly, and yes, they have inspired a lot of them within the school. Because we believe that students should be very, very confident speakers. They should be able to communicate their ideas clearly. I think by and large, we are on the path of achieving this. And the journey will not stop here. It will continue in the upcoming years. And we will give opportunities to more and more students. One more very special thing about the TED Talk is that students did not share their ideas in one particular subject. It was for all the subjects. So right from maths to science to social science. So we have given them a plethora of choices, options, and what has emerged here is you're going to witness. So thank you so much, everyone, for making this possible. And I would leave it for you to witness the wonderful show. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for those words of inspiration and guidance. Now, for the moment we have eagerly been awaited, the TEDx Student Talks, where our brilliant young minds step into the spotlight to share bold ideas, spark imagination, and inspire change.
Each talk is more than words. It's a vision, a question, a story, a spark with power to ignite new perspectives and transformative thinking.
Let us open our hearts and minds to the ingenuity, creativity, and courage of our young innovators. And now, I may invite Raya Ranjnikar and Aditi Anoj to proudly announce the names of our speakers.
Starting off from grade 1A is a young talent known for his love for football. When he's not on the field, you'll find him drawing or painting. His TED topic is muddy puddles. Please welcome Shwant Antani.
Let me tell you something first. Raise your hand if you have ever jumped in a muddy puddle. Oh, that's a lot of hands. Now raise your hands if you still jump in muddy puddles. Oh, so less. Why did you stop? Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Shwant Antan, and today I am going to talk about something super fun and super messy. Muddy puddles. You know, we kids love muddy puddles. We jump, splash water, and don't care if our clothes get dirty. Let me tell you a story. One day, I was wearing my favorite white shoes and I saw a muddy puddle. I ran and jumped in it. My vanilla white shoes became chocolate brown shoes and my pants got wet. And my mother told, "Oh no." And I said, "Oh yes," because it was so much fun. When we grow up, we stop jumping. Grown-ups say things like, "Ew, mud. I don't have time. My clothes will get dirty." I think muddy puddles are like messy things in life. Problems, mistakes, and other difficult things. Everybody tries to avoid it. But actually we should not. We should jump into the muddy puddles of life, do the difficult things, and splash through it. Because when you do, you learn and you also have some fun. Remember, muddy puddles are not just for kids. They are for all of us. Next time life gets messy, don't run away. Put on your boots, take a deep breath, and jump in. You might get dirty, but you will also get stronger. Thank you.
Thank you, Shwant. It was a wonderful talk. Representing grade 2C is a multi-talented student who loves singing and playing football. His hobbies include playing the keyboard and enjoying music. His topic reminds us to appreciate life's simple gifts. Food, a priceless blessing. Please welcome Joshua Thomas.
Kevin Carter. Do you know who he is? He was a renowned photojournalist who won the Pulitzer Award in the year 1994 for documenting the most vivid picture of the vulture and the little girl, also known as the struggling girl. The iconic photograph features a young girl who appeared frail, famine-struck, and highly malnourished, yet was crawling her way to the United Nations Feeding Center, which was half a mile away, along with a hooded vulture eyeing on her from nearby. This horrific situation had one thing common between the girl and the vulture: hunger for food. Thousands of humans across the globe are struggling for food. Similarly, even in the animal kingdom, wild animals run miles chasing their prey for food. Food is a basic necessity, yet millions struggle every day to earn or find a meal. It is this struggle that adds value and brings gratitude to the food. Therefore, food is a priceless blessing. Hunger is the best spice that adds flavor to any food. In school, when the bell rings for a short break, I feel blessed to find a tiffin in my bag. I also make sure to share it with someone who is hungry. My friends and I are really blessed that we enjoy a fresh, nutritious and a sumptuous lunch offered in the school mess hall. Food is a part of our spiritual, cultural, economic as well as social existence. There is food for every occasion, festivities and events. Food is is considered so sacred in Indian culture that it begins with offering it to God or gracing it with a short prayer, as every grain of food witnesses a miraculous journey from the nature's womb to our plates. It celebrates the farmer's dedication and passionate love of the hands that transform that grain into a soulful delicacy. So thank God before you eat and think before you waste your food, because many are deprived of the silent blessing and luxury. To conclude my talk, I would like to share a poem. Every pearl of grain shines with a farmer's toil, blessed by sun, embraced by soil. From God's hand to our plate it came, a priceless blessing not to be wasted in vain. Thank you.
Thank you, Joshua. That was a splendid performance. Joining us from grade 3B is a bright and expressive student who loves singing, music, reading, and narrating stories. Her imaginative TED topic is If Paw Patrol Came to Life. Let's welcome Shivanya Kale.
Hello everyone. My name is Shivanya Sudhir, studying in class 3B in Rajhans Vidyalaya. And today I want to share something really fun with you. Have you ever imagined what if your favorite cartoon character came to life? My favorite cartoon is Paw Patrol, and sometimes I wonder, what if they were real? First, let me tell you why I love Paw Patrol. It's a story about a boy named Ryder and his team of brave puppies: Chase, Marshall, Sky, Rubble, Rocky, Zuma, and Everest. Each one has a special skill. Chase is a police pup. Marshall is a firefighter. Sky flies in the sky. Rubble builds things. Rocky recycles. Zuma dives into water. And Everest is great in snow. Together, they solve problems, help people, and save the day. Their motto is, no job is too big, no pup is too small. Now, imagine this. One morning, when I wake up, I hear barking outside. I run to the window, and guess what? The Paw Patrol pups are standing right there with Ryder, and their vehicles are parked on the street, ready for action. I can't believe my eyes. At first, I think I'm dreaming, but then Chase says, "Don't worry, Shivanya, Paw Patrol is on a roll." I run outside and meet them. Then Ryder smiles and tells me, "Today, you're a part of our team." My heart is full of excitement. We hear the Paw Patrol lookout tower siren. There is a problem in the city. A kitten is stuck on the tallest tree in the park. Ryder calls the pup into action. Marshall brings his fire truck. Sky zooms up with a helicopter, and Rubble clears the ground. Sky flies up, talks kindly to the kitten, and gently brings her down to safety. Everyone claps and cheers. I feel proud because I got to watch the vision right in front of me. Then another call comes in. The bridge near our school is broken and people can't cross. Ryder assigns the pup again. Rubble and Rocky fix the bridge. Zuma helps people cross the river, and Chase keeps everyone safe. I even get to hand rubble his tools. It feels like I'm truly a part of the Paw Patrol. The most magical part is that they don't just solve problems, they teach me something. Chase teaches me about responsibility. Marshall shows me how to be brave even when I make mistakes. Sky reminds me to be confident and cheerful. And Rocky teaches me to reuse and recycle. I realize that Paw Patrol is not just about pups saving the day. It's about teamwork, kindness, and courage. After a whole day of exciting adventures, Ryder tells me, remember Shivanya, helping others is the biggest adventure of all. The pups bark happily, arf, arf, and I hug them before they roll away in their vehicles. Even though they disappear, I know something really important. Paw Patrol may not come to life in reality, but their lessons are real. They teach us that no matter how small we are, we can always help, care, and make a difference. So if Paw Patrol ever came to life in reality, the world would be happier, kinder, and more fun. And maybe, just maybe, we can also be heroes like them in our own lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Shivanya. Your confidence and clarity was amazing on stage. Presenting from grade 4A is a talented actor and enthusiastic footballer. His TED topic combines passion with inspiration, the magic of football. Let's hear it from Zidane Raz.
Good morning, everyone. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been named after someone really famous? Well, I am. My name is Zidane. Yes, like Zinedine Zidane, one of the greatest football players of all time. My parents love football so much that they named me after him. No pressure, right? From the time I could walk, a football was never too far away. And ever since then, football has become more than just a game to me. It has become a part of who I am. I remember when I was small, I used to run after the ball, kicking it around with my friends and pretending that I was in a huge stadium with thousands of people cheering my name. Go Zidane! Go Zidane! People expected a lot from me just because of my name. And honestly, sometimes that was hard. I felt like I had to prove myself all the time. But instead of giving up, I used that pressure as fuel. I practiced harder, I ran faster, and I listened to my coach more closely. Football started teaching me lessons I didn't even know I was learning. Like discipline, waking up early in the morning for training, following instructions, and putting the team first. But the most important lesson, resilience. Let me tell you about one game I'll never forget. I had the perfect chance to score an easy goal. The net was wide open. Everyone held their breath. And I missed. I felt crushed, embarrassed, like I had let everyone down. Then my coach walked over to me. He smiled and said, "It's okay, Zidane. Keep on trying and you'll get better." That one sentence changed everything. From that day on, I practiced even harder. Guess what? In my next big game, I scored 2 goals. That was one of the happiest moments of my life. Football isn't just about goals or trophies. It's magical in a different way. It's taught me how to make new friends, how to play fair and respect others, how to take care of my body and stay strong. It even helps me at school. When I sit down to do my homework, I remember the feeling of pushing through a long, tiring match. If I can keep on running when I am tired, then I can solve the hard maths problem too. The most magical thing about football is teamwork. Some of my best friends today are the ones I met on the field. When we win, we celebrate together. When we lose, we pick each other up. Football brings people together. It makes us feel like one big family. So here's what I want to leave you with. If you ever play football or any other sport, remember, it's not just about winning or losing. It's about learning, growing, and always giving your best. Football has made me a better player. Yes, but it has also made me a better student, a better teammate, and a better friend. And it all started with my name, Zidane. So what's your football? Maybe it's basketball? Maybe it's music? Maybe it's painting or coding? Or writing stories? Whatever it is, find it. Practice hard, play fair, and most of all, have fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Zidane. That wasn't just a talk, it was a spark. Stepping onto the stage is Vian Shah from grade 5B, known for his cheerful personality and enthusiasm. When he's not busy with studies, he enjoys skating, cricket, and badminton. Let's welcome Vian Shah as he shares his TED student talk on FOMO versus JOMO.
Good morning, everyone. Today, I am going to talk about two funny sounding words, FOMO and JOMO. No, they are not names of superheroes or new video games. They stand for something very real that many of us feel. FOMO means fear of missing out. It's that restless feeling when we think that others are having fun without us. Like when your friends are at a cricket match and you are stuck at home doing homework. You keep checking your phone, wondering, what if they are eating pani puri? What if they are meeting a famous player? That's FOMO. On the other hand, JOMO means joy of missing out. It's the happy feeling of enjoying your own time without worrying about what others are doing. It's like saying, I am okay not being there. I'm enjoying my comic book, my music, or just chilling with my pet. Let me tell you a little story. Last month, my friend Arav was invited to 2 birthday parties on the same day. One was at a big mall with laser tags and pizzas. And other was a small birthday party at home with board games and homemade cake. Arav chose the mall birthday party, thinking it would be more exciting. But guess what? The laser tag machine broke. The pizzas were cold and someone spilled juice on his shirt. Meanwhile, the home birthday party had laughter, silly games, and even a surprise magic show by birthday boy's uncle. Harav kept checking his phone and saying, I should have gone to the other birthday party. That's FOMO, feeling restless and regretful. Now, here's the twist. The next weekend, Harav wasn't invited to any birthday party. He stayed at home, built a fort out of cushions, made popcorn, and watched his favorite superhero movie. He even wore a red towel as a cape and shouted, I am Superman! That's Jomo, feeling happy and peaceful with what you have. As the wise Dalai Lama once said, sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck. Jomo helps us discover that kind of luck too, where missing out leads to something even better. So, how do we move from FOMO to JOMO? First, stop comparing. Just because a friend is doing something cool doesn't mean you are missing out. You are also doing something cooler, just different. Second, be present. Enjoy the moment, whether you are drawing, playing, or just lying on the sofa like a sleepy panda. Own it. Third, laugh at yourself. It is okay to make mistakes. Smiling makes everything better. You wore your shirt inside out by mistakes. Laugh and fix it with a big smile. Fourth, try something new. Doing new things helps you discover what makes you happy. You try painting for first time and you realize that you love mixing colors. So remember, real happiness isn't about being everywhere. It is about being here with yourself, feeling calm and content. So, next time you feel FOMO creeping you in, just take a deep breath, smile and say, I choose JOMO. Because missing out isn't always bad. It can be the best thing ever. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you, Ian. That was a truly inspiring story. Introducing Mahesh Shah from grade 6A, admired for his calmness under pressure and excellent sporting skills. He also enjoys reading his favorite manga books. His studied topic is never ever underestimate anyone. Please welcome this talented and composed young student to the stage.
Expelliarmus! Have you heard this word? Do you know where it came from? If you don't, I will tell you. It came from the legendary wizarding world of Harry Potter. But we wouldn't have got the chance to dive into this magical world if J.K. Rowling's literature, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, wasn't accepted by Bloomsbury Publishing. Yes, indeed, my friends. At that time in UK, her literature was denied by almost all the publishers. But that underestimation was proven wrong. And that's what I'm going to talk about. Before you think I'll preach you a high moral lesson or a long boring story, don't worry, that's not going to happen. I'll tell you the times when underestimation was badly proven wrong. And one of them is my own experience. Last Sunday, I was playing with my friend Shubham and we were enjoying our badminton play. But suddenly, our maid's son Jay came and asked if he could play with us. I was about to tell yes, but Shubham instantly denied and told, "Ha ha, how would you be knowing how to play badminton?" He underestimated his skill and potential. But I kept quiet as he's my best friend. But Shubham didn't stop over there. He started calling him a maid's son. That
really made me angry. And I told, "Oh Shubham, you're so confident that you will win against a match with him? Then let's have a match. Let's see who's the winner and who's the loser." The match began and it was also over in an instant. Do you know who won? What was the score? Jay won by the score of 11-2. That is another example of underestimation being proved wrong. Now, you must be knowing a legendary wicketkeeper captain, MS Dhoni. At the start of his journey, he was a footballer and especially a goalkeeper. He didn't know how to play cricket at all. But his cricket coach, Banerjee sir, saw some potential of him being a good wicketkeeper and invited him to the trials even though he didn't know anything and he was the captain of the football team. His potential was shown flawless over there and he was in the team. But others throughout his journey underestimated him and still told him as a footballer. But that's another example. And now MS Dhoni is the motivation to people living in small towns and villages that they can chase their best and high dreams. Or you must be knowing Gunjan Saxena. She is our first woman helicopter pilot. She was in Kargil War. Now, in the start of a journey, she was not accepted by the military at all, telling she was a woman, and was often told by other people, "Tu galat jagah pe aa gayi." But after flying hundreds of hours in the combat zone of Kargil War and saving countless of lives, she was respected and told as the Kargil girl. And now she is a motivation to all the women in our country that they can join our defense forces. Thank you. I conclude my talk upon telling one thing, just one thing, that never ever underestimate anyone, because everyone, even you, have the potential and capacity to surprise anyone in anything at any point of time. Thank you.
Thank you, Mahir. It was truly illuminating. Representing grade 7B is a young mathematician with a talent for singing and sports. His topic is one we can all relate to, the importance of time management. Let's welcome Devavrat Jayakumar Chaudhary.
We measure time according to the movement of countless suns, and they measure time with their little machines in their little pockets. Now, tell me, how could we ever meet at the same place and the same time? This quote is by the great mystic, Lebanese-American philosopher Khalil Gibran. Let me start with a story. A professor once walked in a classroom with a big glass jar with 3 items: big stones, pebbles, and sand. He filled the big glass jar with big stones first and asked a question: "Is the jar full?" The students replied, "Yes." He again filled it with pebbles and asked the same question: "Is the jar full?" The students replied, "Yes," scratching their head a little. He again filled it with sand to fill the tiny gaps between the stones and pebbles and asked the same question: "Is the jar full now?" The students replied, "Yes, but what is the point of this?" He said, "The big glass jar represents your life. The big stones are your priorities, your family, friends, and etc. Your pebbles are your secondary things, such as your careers, your hobbies, and etc. Sand are just distractions. We live in a world full of constant notifications, endless scrolling, and the illusion of multitasking. Now, let me share you 3 simple ideas to break the wire from you and multitasking. First, the priority rule. Before starting your day, ask yourself, what are the big rocks I need to fit in my jar today? Write it down. And if you get those completed, your day is already a success. Second, the power of single tasking. Instead of cramming more and more and more tasks into your schedule, focus on one task. Do it deeply for 25 minutes. And if you want, you can take a break of 5 minutes. Third, the pause principle. Before starting a task, pause and ask yourself, are these just big rocks or are these just sand? Trust me, it can save you loads of hours. Let me share you a personal story. A few months ago, I was overwhelmed with studies, group projects, and endless to-do tasks. I felt like I was running but not moving. So, what did I do? I wrote down things I wanted to complete, and you won't believe what happened next after completing it. My stress dropped, and most importantly, I had time for my family, friends, and my favorite sports. Many people measure time differently. Some measure it in hours and minutes, some in achievements. But the best way to measure time is in moments that truly matter. As Khalil Gibran reminds us that we should always fill our jar with big stones first. Thank you.
Thank you, Devavrat. Your talk gave us a lot to think about. Hailing from grade 8C is a 13-year-old, Vihan Gupta, a passionate footballer, chess enthusiast, and a walking encyclopedia of cars and aircraft engines. His thought-provoking topic is pressure to belong versus freedom to choose. Please welcome Vihan Gupta.
Good morning to all. Let me begin with a quick poll. How many of you here want to be happy? Okay, good. At least now I know I'm not the only one. But here's the tricky part. What is happiness? Is it money? Is it pizza? Or is it when your teacher says, children, I've come with a sad burden. Today's class test is postponed. Today I have chosen to talk on pressure to belong versus the freedom to choose. But before that, let me tell you my story. When I was younger, more younger, when I preferred cartoons or football, that age younger. So at that time, I thought happiness meant being with my friends all the time. Going to every birthday party, every football match, every family function. I thought that if I wasn't there, I felt like the world would come to an end. Seriously. I would be restless, checking my phone for updates and calling my friends over the intercom and probably wondering, what's happening there? Are they missing me? Probably not. That's when I realized that something was wrong with me. I'm sure you guys have felt it too. We see people posting on social media or WhatsApp groups or status updates, best party ever or epic weekend, and you sit there thinking, epic. Without me? How dare they? At first, I thought that these were normal. But slowly I started going at these events and I felt like uneasy, like my happiness was missing. One day, I wasn't even looking for advice, but I just shared this with my mom, that how restless I was feeling. And you know my mom, she thinks she has a solution for everything. She immediately said, Vihan, my boy, you are trapped in the pressure to belong. You need to practice the freedom to choose. I was like, practice? Practice what? What is this new word? Freedom, pressure, all those things. Since my mom is a yoga teacher, I honestly thought just like she invents new yoga poses, she might have invented this word too. Just some random fancy words. But no, she explained it. The pressure to belong means that restless feeling when you think everyone else is doing something fun and you must be a part of it. Otherwise, goodbye, you're left out. And then there's the freedom to choose when you stop running everywhere and stay where you are, being content, doing what you love. That was a turning point. Instead of dragging myself to every event, I started spending my time with myself. And I realized that I loved reading about cars, planes, and football. And the funny thing, I was actually happier reading about deadly plane crashes in aviation history than to pretend to enjoy some boring gathering where I crack jokes to make others laugh. Yes, now I did enjoy the few plans I did choose instead of chasing every plan. Quality over quantity. Think of it like this. If your phone's battery is at 10% and you open 50 apps at once, there's a good chance that it'll drain in just seconds. But if you open the apps you really need, the phone lasts much longer. Our mind is the same. The pressure to belong drains us, the freedom to choose charges us. In today's world with endless notifications and updates and people showing off their so-called perfect lives, we all need to practice the freedom to choose more than ever. So here's our learning so far. Don't say yes to everything. Don't let other story or WhatsApp updates make you anxious. Ask yourself, do I want this or am I just scared of missing it? Because, my audience, real happiness is not about how many events you can attend in one go, but how peaceful you can feel inside. And sometimes the real happiness can always be felt when the best companion is with you. And it is none other than yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Vihan, for reminding us why choices matter. Joining us from grade 9C is Shriyadita Manna. She is known for being a dynamic and inspiring presence within the school community, consistently shining in a wide range of competitions, including What's the Good World, debate, recitation, elocution, and extempore. She has earned accolades across multiple Olympiads, showcasing not only intellectual depth, but also eloquence and versatility in academic and co-curricular pursuits. Her TED topic is The Unseen Classrooms of School Life.
Hello everyone, I am Shriyadita, and today I want you to close your eyes for a moment and picture your school. Now, erase the classrooms. What's left? Corridors, staircases, washrooms, playgrounds, assembly halls, even the bus ride home. These are the places we rarely talk about, but they teach us lessons no textbook ever will. Welcome to the unseen classrooms of school life. We often think that learning happens only in subjects like math, science, English, history, geography. But what about the places where we learn how to handle rejection, how to stand up for ourselves, how to read emotion, or how to forgive? Why do we not recognize these spaces as classrooms too? Because they don't have blackboards, but they do have breakthroughs. As a student, I've stood in both kinds of classrooms. In one, I learned how to solve equations. In the other, I learned how to solve misunderstandings. These unseen classrooms have shaped my confidence, my empathy, and my resilience. They've taught me that education is not just about marks. It's about meaning as well. So, let's start with the first space, the corridor classroom. One day, a classmate was rushing down the corridor. She slipped and fell hard. Some students laughed, as usual. But I remember kneeling down, helping her up, and walking her to the infirmary. That moment taught me empathy, not through a chapter in a book, no, but through a bruise and a helping hand. Now, we move to a space that's often noisy, but full of quiet lessons, the lunch break laboratory. Lunch is not just food, it's sociology as well. Who shares? Who excludes? Who sits alone? One day, I noticed a quiet classmate who would sit by herself, day after day. I felt bad and invited her to join our group. At first, she hesitated, obviously. But by the end of the week, she was laughing with us, opening up, and even bringing her own stories to the table. That small gesture didn't just brighten her days. It reshaped our group dynamics. Others started reaching out to new classmates too. The lesson here? Kindness is contagious because when one person feels included, they often pass that warmth forward. It's like a ripple. One act of kindness creates waves of connection. And now we enter a space where voices rise and courage grows. The assembly arena. I've hosted events, stumbled on stage, and still smiled through it. Assemblies taught me that confidence is not perfection, it's persistence. Even when I faltered, everyone kept encouraging me, from teachers to seniors, juniors, and friends. That support reminded me that growth is not a solo journey. It's a team effort. We rise, not just because we are brave, but because others believe in us. Now, let's head outside, where the lessons come through movement and play, the playground philosophy class. Here, we learn teamwork, negotiation, and sometimes how to lose gracefully. You know, once a game of Coco taught me more about strategy than any textbook ever could. In that game, I remember crouching low, calculating every sprint, every dodge, and every tag. It was not just about running. It was about timing, trust, and staying alert. That day, the playground became my strategy lab. Now, from the chaos of play, we move on to the calm and quiet reflection of the library of quiet growth. It's not just a place for books, it's a place for focus, patience, and self-discovery. I've sat there flipping through pages of poetry, biographies, and science magazines, learning not just facts, but values as well. The library teaches us that silence is not empty. It's full of answers. Now, we enter a space which seems simple, but reveals a lot. The group project orchestra. Group projects seem simple. Divide the work, submit the file. But in reality, they are like an orchestra. Each student plays a different instrument. Some are loud, some are silent, and some simply miss their cue. Once, two teammates disagreed on everything, from font size to final slides. As team leader, I had to step in, mediate, and keep the deadline on track. That experience taught me more about problem solving and patience than any leadership workshop ever could. Group projects teach us collaboration and the art of listening. From the classroom, we now board a moving one, where the journey itself becomes the lesson. The school bus seminar. The bus is a moving classroom of stories, jokes, and reflections. It's where I've had deep conversations about dreams, fears, and even career plans with seniors, juniors, and classmates with whom I barely talked to in school. Somehow, the bus makes space for honesty. It's where strangers become mentors and silence turns into storytelling. Now, let's peek into a space that's rarely mentioned, but deeply emotional. The washroom whisper zone. Sounds funny, huh? But it's true. It's where tears are wiped, secrets are shared, and pep talks are given. It's where vulnerability becomes strength. And finally, we enter a space which tests not just our memory, but our mindset itself, the exam hall. Once, I remember blanking out on a question that I had practiced 1,000 times before. My hands were sweating and my mind racing. I took a deep breath, skipped the question, and focused on what I did know. Later, I had answered everything else and even remembered the forgotten one just in time. That day, I did not learn just the syllabus. I learned how to stay calm under pressure. So, whether it's a corridor, a lunch table, a stage, a playground, a library, a group project, a bus, a washroom, or an exam hall, each space teaches us something profound. So, here's my message. Let's stop thinking of school as just a building with classrooms. Let's start seeing it as a living ecosystem of learning where every corner teaches and every moment matters. To my fellow students, pay attention to the lessons outside the syllabus. To my dear teachers and parents, celebrate the growth that happens beyond the grades, because the most powerful classrooms are often the ones we don't even notice. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri Aditya. That was a bold and intelligent exploration. Presenting from grade 10B is Ananya Kamath, former Yellow House captain and a passionate learner. She has proudly represented the school at the IIT Tech Fest multiple times. Beyond her academics, she also enjoys music and sports, especially badminton and cricket. Her TED topic for today is Power of Visualization.
Please welcome her with a round of applause.
Okay, good morning, everyone. It feels really great to be here today. Okay, so let me start off by asking y'all something. Have you ever caught yourself daydreaming? Maybe acing the exam, or scoring the winning goal, or giving a perfect presentation? Most of the times, we just laugh it off, right? Oh, I was just daydreaming. It's never going to be real. But what if I told you that that tiny moment of imagination wasn't so random at all? What if, without even realizing it, your mind was preparing you for what's to come? And that brings me to something we all do. Setting goals, isn't it? Okay, so what do we do first? First, we set a goal. And then second, we make a plan to reach it, right? Wrong. There's actually a small but powerful step between those two, and that is visualization. And today, that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about, the power of visualization. Now, you may ask me, why visualization when we already have things like hard work, discipline, and consistency? Aren't those that really lead to success? Absolutely, they do. But before any of these things can even begin, there is one place where success truly starts, and that is in our own very minds. Every invention, every performance, every breakthrough has started with someone imagining it before it became real. And here's the most fascinating part. Science backs this up. So, when you vividly imagine yourself performing an activity, your brain activates the same neural pathways as if you were actually doing it. Amazing, isn't it? In simpler terms, your brain cannot fully differentiate from what's real and what's imagined. Let me explain this with a simple example. Aren't there times when you have a bad dream, or when a bad thought pops up in your mind? Don't you feel a pinch in your heart as if it's actually happened? That's exactly what happens in visualization. When you visualize success, your brain starts preparing for it. It starts to shape your focus, your reaction, and even your emotions towards that vision. Think of it like a mental gym. You're rehearsing before the real game begins. And here's the most funny part. We all use visualization, knowingly or unknowingly. So, all those times when we think, what if I fail? What if I'm just not good enough? What if I mess up? All those what ifs are also a part of your own visualization. The only difference is you're using it to your disadvantage. So, why not flip it? Why not use your imagination to picture things going right? Like succeeding, performing well, and being confident. That's exactly what elite athletes, performers, and leaders do. They use visualization not as a fantasy, but as a strategy. Take the example of Michael Jordan. Before every game, he'd sit down, close his eyes, and visualize himself making the winning shot. Usain Bolt would imagine himself crossing the finish line years before the world saw him do. And our own Virat Kohli, you may ask? Many of his most unforgettable knocks aren't just the result of his talent or hard work, but also of hours of mental rehearsal, seeing himself bat effortlessly against the world's most dangerous bowlers, seeing success in his mind before even stepping on the field. But here's what most people get it wrong. They think visualization means sitting on a couch, closing your eyes, wasting time, and waiting for miracles to happen. That's not visualization. That's blind faith. Visualization isn't about waiting. It's about preparing. Visualization alone won't suffice. It also requires efforts and hard works. And of course, it isn't a substitute for effort. It's the fuel that powers it. Think of it like a GPS. Before you start your journey, you enter your destination, right? That's exactly what visualization does for your mind. It gives your thoughts direction. Without that mental GPS, you may still be working very hard, staying busy, but often in circles, unsure of where you're headed. But when your destination is clear in your mind, something powerful happens. Every step, every decision, every ounce of effort you pour in starts aligning itself towards that vision. So, visualization isn't just a feel-good activity. It's focus. It's clarity. It's your mind saying, this is where I'm going and no one is going to stop me. So, the next time you catch yourself daydreaming about your future, don't just laugh it off, because in that very moment, your mind isn't wandering. It's training, it's building, it's showing you what's possible if you choose to act on it. Every champion, every performer, every success story you have ever admired has started right there. Not in the arena, not on the field, but right there, in your mind. They saw it, they believed it, and then they became it. So, close your eyes, see your success, feel it, believe it so fiercely that your mind has no other option but to make it right. Because when your vision is strong enough, when your focus is clear enough, and when your actions are there to back it up, the impossible doesn't stay impossible for long, but turns into I am possible. And maybe, just maybe, the future you're dreaming of is already waiting for you to see it first. So go ahead, see it, believe it, and then ensure it to make it real. Thank you.
Thank you, Ananya. It was truly fascinating. From class 11D, we have Rishit Maheshwari. He's someone who thrives on the court, on the mat, and in the moment. As a sports enthusiast and a martial arts practitioner, he's developed a unique perspective on discipline, focus, and resilience. But when it comes to the modern world's overwhelming array of choices, Rishit asks, are we truly free or are we paralyzed by possibility? Join him as he explores the paradox of choice and what happens when too many options become a burden. Let's welcome Rishit Maheshwari.
Choices. Aren't they a bold term? Choices. After hearing it, don't you feel free? Even in exams, sometimes when there are MCQs, multiple choice questions, students tend to become happy. They think, even without studying, we will pass. But if you ask me, I don't agree with it. You see, choices actually makes us more nervous, more anxious. When there are too many choices, you get confused. Which one to choose? Consider this. Have you ever spent 15 minutes staring at Netflix only to end up watching nothing? Or went in an ice cream parlor which has 31 flavors of ice creams and somehow walked away less satisfied than you were before? Welcome to the paradox of choice. The strange idea that the more options we have, the less satisfied we become. Today, we live in a world that celebrates freedom. Freedom to choose, to decide, to design our own lives. It sounds empowering, right? But what if, in giving ourselves endless options, we have also created a trap? Let's go back a few decades. You could be a doctor, an engineer, a teacher, or maybe even a shopkeeper. There were limits, right? And oddly, people seemed fine. But now, you can be a YouTuber, AI content, crypto trader, environmental lawyer, and the list just goes on and on and on. You can date anyone from anywhere, shop for anything, learn everything, and still, somehow, you are more lost than ever. Psychologist Barry Schwartz, who coined the term paradox of choice, said something very profound. Choices are supposed to make us feel free. But when there are too many choices, it actually makes us anxious. There's a famous experiment. Researchers set up 2 jam stalls at a supermarket. One offering 6 flavors, while the other offered 24. Guess what happened? Anyone? Well, more people stopped at the 24 flavor stall. Why? Why? Because it looked more exciting. But when it came to buying, those at the smaller stall were 10 times more likely, exactly 10 times more likely to make a purchase. You ask why? Because too many options causes selection paralysis. Our brain gets overwhelmed. We start comparing, calculating, and imagining what we might be missing. Consider your phone for a moment. Everyone has it. There are thousands of apps, hundreds of photos, and millions of videos, and we scroll each day endlessly. And we rarely feel satisfied. Even in relationships, there are thousands of dating apps which gives us thousands of possibilities, but thousands of doubts as well. Should I swipe left? What if someone better is just one swipe away? Even in careers, people hop job faster than ever before. Not because they lack talent, but because they're haunted by the fear of what if I'm choosing wrong? Every option comes with invisible pressure. Every yes carries the ghost of 1,000 no's. Too much choices doesn't just confuse us, it exhausts us. It leads to regret, self-blame, and even unhappiness. When we had fewer options, we could blame the system. But Now, we blame ourselves. If there are so many possibilities and still I'm not fulfilled, then maybe it's my fault, right? Right? Well, that's not freedom. That's mental bondage. Choice overload makes us question our worth, our direction, and even our own identity. But here's the twist. The solution isn't to eliminate choices. It is to simply simplify it. Minimalism, slow living, digital detox, all these trends have been started by the society in a way of saying that we have had enough. When we choose intentionally, we feel lighter. When we gain focus, we choose correctly. Because true happiness isn't about endless options. It's about choosing what really matters. As the writer Voltaire once said, perfect is the enemy of good. Sometimes good enough is the happiest, healthiest choice one can make. So the next time you're stuck between 500 shows, 20 different colleges, or 50 different career paths, pause. Ask yourself, what aligns with who I am, not with who I could be? Because true freedom isn't something about endless options. It's about peace, clarity, and purpose in your life. Maybe, just maybe, the happiest life isn't the one where I have to choose from everything. It's the one where I have chosen enough. Thank you.
Thank you, Rishit, for inspiring our minds and sparking conversations. Finally, we welcome Kapish Singh from grade 12C. His TED topic is The Only Immortality is the Soul You Leave Behind in Others. He's someone who is known for being the poem people didn't know they needed. A writer whose words don't just rhyme but resonate, touching hearts and stirring thoughts. Beyond poetry, he finds stillness in chess, harmony in music, and meaning in the worlds of anime. Today, he speaks of something timeless, a truth that reminds us that our lives are not just measured by years, but by the souls we touch along the way.
Now, I would like you guys to close your eyes. Come on, really close them. Imagine a world where no one remembers you. Not your face, not your smile, not your laugh, not the warmth of your voice. Imagine you vanish. Not just from existence, but from memory. Your photos erased. Your name, dust. Your story, untold. Now open your eyes. That world, it's waiting for all of us. But there's a rebellion, a way to defy it. Not through money, not through gold, not through fame, not through numbers on a screen. The only immortality is the soul you leave behind in others. You don't notice it while living, but you're leaving pieces of yourself everywhere. The friend you comforted still carries your voice when they are feeling low. The stranger you smiled at still carries your kindness when they are doubting themselves. The classmate you encouraged still carries your words when they don't know what to do. You thought it was small, but it wasn't. You see, that's the thing about legacy. It's invisible, unmeasured, unrecorded. It's not the certificate on the wall. It's not the trophy which is collecting dust lying on your shelf. It's the echo that you plant inside another human being, and that echo, my friends, outlives you. Life is a canyon. Every word, every glance, every act is like a stone you throw into it. Some sink into silence, but some strike the walls, and those ones, they echo. Your soul is not your body, it's not your face, it's not even your own story. Your soul is that echo. The echo still heard long after your voice has faded. The laughter someone else finds because you once existed. And imagine this, if every single one of us here threw stones intentionally, the world wouldn't just be a canyon, it would be an ocean. Waves that rise even when we are gone. Waves that speak of our courage, our love, our existence. Now, we are young. We want to matter. We chase grades, titles, likes, followers, validation, attention, blah, blah, blah. We just want to be remembered by this world. But guess what? Here's the brutal truth. The world will forget you. It will. All of us. But your people won't. The lives you've touched, they won't. The hearts you lit on fire won't. So ask yourself this and ask it very honestly. Are you leaving echoes or are you leaving dust? I stand here on this stage today not because of my strength, not because of my voice, but because of the people who stand behind me. Because there was once a friend who made me laugh when the world broke me, when the world shattered beneath my very own feet. Because there was a stranger who pulled me back from vanishing when I lost all faith in humanity. Because there was once a teacher who looked me straight in the eye and said, Kapish, I believe in you. Through days that I felt invisible and through nights that I felt that I was not heard of, I carried their souls with me even though they weren't there. Because you see, immortality isn't about never dying. It's about never being done living. Because you keep living in somebody else. Every single one of you in this room today is carrying souls. Some from your parents, some from your friends, some from people I don't even talk to anymore. And somebody will once carry yours. Even in the wildest stories you tell, this truth explodes. Let me give you one example. There's an anime called One Piece. I'm obsessed with it. Maybe you don't know of it. Doesn't matter. What matters is the soul of it. There was this guy called Podgas the Ace. He died young, in fire, in sacrifice. But the people who loved him, people who cared for him, they carried his will. His laughter, his joy, his fire lived on in those who survived. People like Luffy, people like Sabo. Isn't that us? I feel we are all Ace. One day our body will fall. But if we live boldly, love fiercely, burn without fear, our fire will live on. And the treasure you're chasing, the real One Piece, it's not fame, it's not gold, it's the souls that you light on fire. That's the treasure worth dying for. That's the treasure that I'm living for. Now the main question is, what will you do with your fire? Will you bury it under fear? Or will you waste it on proving yourself to people who don't even remember your name? Or will you throw stones into the canyon? Will you hug harder, love louder, and live braver? Will you make yourself unforgettable, not because of your face, not because of your body, but because of your soul? The world does not need another name on a list. The world needs souls that refuse to vanish, souls that rebel against the face of death itself. Now, as the great Dr. Hirulak once said, when does a man die? When he's shot to the chest with a pistol? No. When he suffers from an incurable disease? No. When he eats soup made up of poisonous mushroom? No. A man dies when he's forgotten. And that's why I leave you with this. Not a lesson, not a command, but a promise of who and what you could become. Throw your fire into hearts. Set your spark apart. Even in shadow, even in pain, your soul will dance through loss and through rain. Every life you touch, every tear you see will burn your name into eternity. So live, so love, so dare to be, and leave behind your very own immortality. Thank you, and that's my time for today.
Thank you, Kapish, for a thought-provoking and a heartfelt performance.
What an extraordinary and inspiring series of talk. Each speaker reminded us that ideas are seed, and when nurtured and shared, they grow into forest of transformation, innovation, and lasting impact.
And now, it is our privilege to invite a visionary leader and mentor whose presence has elevated this event.
With great honor, we welcome Srimati Mala Ramadurai to share her words of wisdom and inspiration with us.
The biggest difference is I was not told I was going to give a speech. Everyone else came prepared. Pages written out, thought about. But I think it's always nice to be able to speak from the heart. I think each one of these children has given us something to think about. My only prayer is they internalize what they have talked. It is not only for giving a talk, but it's actually to experience, right from the little one to the biggest, to the last speaker. Muddy pools, yes. I think that when I see a muddy pool, I'll be more anxious now to step into it than avoid it. All of them did very well. I think all of us gave us something to think about. I think all of them have been nurtured and they have been taught. And it's a very, very good thing to be able to speak. The last speaker told us how much we as teachers have to value what we do. The other day I was in some program and suddenly somebody's parent came and told me, "Ma'am, it seems you taught my son." He was a very tiny tot when I taught him, and in Campion School. And suddenly when he came in front of me, bald with a sponge, I didn't recognize him. But it's so nice to be able to leave a little bit of yourself everywhere. The fear of missing out, that is again something that all of us have. So many things, so many choices, and we always feel that, oh, whatever we have chosen might not be the right thing. But again, to be content. The thing which ran through all the talks was this: be content with what you have. Cherish what you have. Be happy that you are blessed with so many things. Whenever I see children in my school, I run a school for children with learning disabilities, even those little things which trip them up. When you look at it yourself and you say, I have been spared that. When you look at the children in the streets, you say, I've been spared that. When I look at the children in Gaza or in any of the other places, I say, I've been spared so much. Look at the blessings, look at what we have. I think that is the best lesson that we have learned today. And thanks to all the teachers, and I think it's a wonderful idea to make them think. And I hope that is something that we are going to share with the world very soon. And thank you so much for having me. It's been a wonderful experience so far.
Thank you, ma'am, for those profound and inspiring words. They remind us that education is not merely about learning. It is about awakening minds to the infinite potential. To honor the brilliance, creativity, and unwavering dedication of our student speakers, we now invite our chief guest, Srimati Mala Ramadurai, to graciously present the TED Ed certificates and mementos to the participants of Session 1. May I now invite all our participants to kindly come forward and receive your certificates of appreciation and trophies.
Yes. Yeah, look here. Yes, smile. Look here, bacha. Okay, thank you. All teachers come. Come closer, come. Come closer, yes, ready? Yes, ready, look here. Wait a second, yes, look here.
Smile, everybody smile.
Yes, look here.
Smile.
Man, smile. Yes, look here. Wait. Wait, one more. Yes, smile.
Look at the camera.
Smile. Okay, thank you.
To convey our heartfelt gratitude to all who made today's TED Students Talk a resounding success, may I invite Joanne Biju to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning, one and all. As we draw this radiant celebration to a close, it is my privilege to extend our deepest gratitude to all who have made today truly extraordinary. We are profoundly honored by the presence of our chief guest, Srimati Mala Ramodaran, whose illuminating vision and insightful wisdom has ignited curiosity, creativity, and courage in every mind gathered here. A heartfelt appreciation to our Honorable Director, Major General Deepak Saxena, for his unwavering guidance and inspiration, empowering our students to dream boldly, pursue excellence relentlessly, and embrace the joy of learning. We remain indebted to our esteemed Principal Ma'am, whose nurturing leadership, unwavering dedication, and holistic approach have been the bedrock of this event's resounding success. We gratefully acknowledge the principals of the Bhai Kavi Bhai and Hansraj Marathi Charity Trust Schools, Andheri campus, for honoring us with their presence and motivating our students to reach even greater heights. To our dear APT members and parents, Your steadfast support fuels confidence, courage, and creativity. We also salute our meticulous support staff, whose behind-the-scenes efforts have ensured a seamless and a flawless event. Finally, we celebrate our participants and our student speakers, whose ingenuity, passion, and eloquence have transformed their ED student talks into a vibrant festival of imagination, knowledge, and leadership. Let us rise and offer a thunderous round of applause to honor every individual who contributed to this remarkable day. Thank you, everyone.
As we draw the curtains on today's TED student talk, let us carry forward one enduring truth, that every great idea begins with a whisper within a daring mind. Thank you everyone for being part of this extraordinary celebration of ideas worth spreading. May your day be
Inspiring
enlightening
and filled with curiosity.
Please everyone remain seated for some more time.
Priya is not ready. You come. Maima, come here, Maima. Alpa, come now. Let's start it. वहाँ पे रहना, लोग की आदत है.
Good morning and a warm welcome to everyone present here. We are truly delighted to commence the TED Students Talk event, a celebration of ideas, imagination, and the courage to voice one vision.
As Sir Ken Robinson beautifully said, imagination is the source of every form of human achievement. Today we gather not merely as spectators, but as witnesses to the imagination transforming into insight, courage, and meaningful action.
This platform unites young thinkers and creative minds, inspiring us to broaden perspectives, nurture innovation, and shape a world driven by purpose and possibilities. The students will now render a soulful prayer song invoking divine grace and sanctity.
Da
That was a truly soul-stirring invocation, filling this hall with reverence and tranquility. Indeed, when the divine hymn blends with the radiant lamp, it awakens the inner light within us all, guiding our thoughts, deeds, and aspiration towards purpose, insight, and enduring harmony.
Every distinguished gathering begins with a warm embrace of gratitude, a moment to honor the presence, wisdom, and energy of those who enrich this occasion.
It is indeed a privilege to have with us today our chief guest, Mrs. Ritu Dubey, principal of Rajhans Vidyalaya, whose remarkable journey and inspiring vision continue to illuminate paths of knowledge, creativity, and leadership. We extend our heartfelt welcome to her.
May I now invite our principal, Mrs. Ritu Dubey, to address the audience with her inspiring words on the TED Student Talks.
Good morning, parents, teachers, and students, and a very, very warm welcome. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all for this special occasion, which is Rajhans Vidyalaya's TED Ed Student Talk, which is a new initiative of the academic year 2025-26. We introduce TED Ed Students Talk this year because we wish to empower each and every student of Rajhans Vidyalaya to become a very, very confident speaker, enhance their public speaking skills, think critically, and present their ideas boldly without any fear or without any second thought in their mind. This initiative will continue for the years to come, and of course, it will become a legacy for the upcoming years. Today, you are going to witness 12 participants right now. We had few more in the morning. Before I move ahead about the journey of TED at Rajhans Vidyalaya, a little bit about TED. So TED stands for Technology, Entertainment and Design, which began in 1984 as a small conference bringing together a lot of thinkers, a lot of innovators from different fields to share their ideas. So what started as a small conference, it evolved into a global event and a platform which we normally call as ideas worth spreading. And over so many years, TED has inspired millions and millions of people. And TED Ed is the educational arm of TED Talks, which you're going to witness here at Rajhans. And it definitely helps to create, spark curiosity, help young minds express their ideas with clarity, confidence, and creativity. The TED journey at Rajhans Vidyalaya started in March 2025 with the teachers' training and the orientation, and a lot of idea exploration by the teachers. From there, the students, the teachers started mentoring the students in the month of April, where a lot of exercises were done on self-discovery through worksheets, through talks, through brainstorming sessions, where students' interests, likes, dislikes were noted down on a piece of paper. Later, these thoughts which were there on paper were converted into talks where students started presenting their ideas in front of the classroom. A smaller space in front of 40 students, their own class, which was a very, very comfortable space for all the students. And like I said, it is ideas worth spreading. So ideas were shared, spreaded, which students thought are very important to them, close to their heart, in different subjects. So right from maths, science, social science, other subjects, so students were given chance and a platform to speak in front of the class. which was, of course, their comfort space. Later, as the months unfolded, we had different elimination rounds conducted at school level, within the grades, within the classroom, and then finally, after doing a lot of churning, we have selected 24 finalists, and today is the culmination of this mega event. What you're going to witness here today is their ideas. The topics are chosen by the students. The speeches, of course, prepared by the students, with the parents, and mentoring of the teachers. So each one of you have contributed in this. And so heartiest congratulations to each one of you. And in this entire journey, the full school participated. Right from grade 1 to grade 12, all the students participated in some or the other form. Yes, you heard it right, parents. It's all the students who participated. And if I may say so, on behalf of all the teachers and students and the parents, we have been able to touch upon each and every life and make some difference. Maybe it is a minuscule, but we have made a difference. And catering to the masses was the thing which we were looking for. And of course, here only few students are presenting, but every child is a winner, every child is a talented speaker. This is our dream come true, if I may say so. And we are wishing for many more participants coming here and sharing their ideas in future, and hope they become good speakers, they are able to communicate well, share their ideas, think critically, and present without any fear and with a lot of courage here. It takes a lot of courage to come here and stand and speak for 5 minutes without any paper in front of the whole world. Yeah, thank you so much, and congratulations once again to each one of you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for those words of inspiration and guidance. Now, for the moment we have eagerly awaited, the TED Student Talks, where our brilliant young minds step into the spotlight to share bold ideas, spark imagination, and inspire change.
Each talk is more than words. It's a vision, a question, a story, a spark with power to ignite new perspectives and transformative thinking.
Let us open our hearts and minds to the ingenuity, creativity, and courage of our young innovators. And now, I may invite Raya Ranjanikar and Aditi Anoj to proudly announce the name of our speakers.
Joining us from grade 1C is a graceful dancer who enjoys expressing her creativity through painting. Her TED topic is both thoughtful and imaginative, a world without fear seen through a child's eye. Please welcome Sora Jain.
What if I told you every single one of us was born without fear? Sounds impossible, right? Well, I am here today to prove that fear is not natural. It is planted inside us by situations, by people, and sometimes by our own thoughts. Let's imagine rain splashing on the ground. A little boy alone runs barefoot through the puddles, laughing so hard that the world seems to laugh with him. He climbs a slippery wall, falls down, scrapes his knee, gets up and smiles again. No fear, just joy. Hi, good morning everyone. I am Sora Jain, and this is the world I want to take you into today. A world without fear, seen to a child's eyes. For a child in this world, every fall is a lesson, every mistake an adventure, and every fearlessness not an act of bravery, but simply freedom. Adults often hesitate, worry, or step back. They say, still close in crowded places, or don't go there, it's not safe. But through a child's eyes, the world is full of curiosity and leaps of joy. It's not like I am always fearless. Sometimes I do feel scared too, like climbing a tall slide, or even when I have to stand alone on stage for the first time. But then I remember what my dad says. Fear is okay, it's just a warning. It doesn't mean you shouldn't try. Just pay attention and stay safe. But my mom, she tells me that fear is not always bad. Actually, it keeps us safe. You know what she says? The scariest part is not just earthquakes or storms, but people themselves. There are people who try to trick children by acting nice. They may smile, offer chocolates, toys, or say, I know your parents, but their intentions are bad. Let me tell you a few real stories. In 2012 in Delhi, a 5-year-old girl was kidnapped while playing outside her home. Thankfully, she was rescued after 2 days. Stories like this make my mom remind me every day. Never talk to strangers. Never go anywhere without telling us. In July 2017, a 14-year-old boy jumped his death by accepting an online challenge in a dangerous online game called the Blue Whale Challenge. His story was all over the news. This shows how even the internet is nowadays getting more and more dangerous. In 2021, UNICEF reported that around 160 million children are trapped in child labor, robbed of their childhood and the chance to go to school. This shows that in many parts of the world, children are not sitting in classrooms like us. Instead, they are forced to work, often in dangerous and tiring jobs. Oh yes, after knowing all this, I realize that fear does have an important place in our lives. It makes me careful, it makes me alert. The world is full of kindness and good people, but we cannot ignore that there are some who choose to do wrong. And that's why fear helps us stay safe. And when I look at today's world, with so many crimes happening around, I understand why this fear has only grown stronger. So you know what I really wish? I wish the world could be different. A world where no child is forced into labor. A world where the internet is only full of friends. A world where there's no bullying in schools. A world where every child can play outside without their parents worrying. That's exactly how our grandparents lived, right? A world without fear is not impossible. It starts with each one of us by choosing kindness over cruelty, honesty over lies, and love over anger. We can slowly build a fearless world. Imagine a world where every child feels safe and every heart feels free. It is the kind of world everybody deserves to live in. Let us all take that first step today. And together, brick by brick, moment by moment, and shape a future where fear has no place. Thank you.
Thank you, Sora. Your talk was very enlightening. Representing grade 2B is a young talent known for his artistic touch. He loves drawing, singing, and coloring. His TED topic for today is the power of smiling. It's sure to bring smiles all around. Please put your hands together for Ali Akbar.
Hello everyone, I am Ali Akbar Mohsin Sheikh from grade 2. Today I want to talk about something fun. Let me ask you a riddle. Why is the maths book always sad? Any answers? Yes, because It has so many problems in it. Get ready for the second riddle. Why is the football stadium always cold? Oh yes, because it is full of fans. See, this made you smile, right? A small curve on your face is called smile. So my topic for today is the power of smiling. Do you know what makes people smile? Sometimes it's something silly, sometimes it's something kind, and sometimes it's a funny joke. Let me tell you how I make people smile around me. If I see my teacher carrying lots of books, I might ask her, "May I help you, ma'am?" That brings a smile on her face. Even helping my mother in her simple household chores brings a smile on her face too. Sharing is caring. Sharing toys with my younger brother makes him happy. And do you know, sometimes a small compliment like saying something nice to someone can bring joy to them. And one more thing, telling a simple thank you to our didis and bhaiyas brings a smile on their face. So isn't it so easy to spread smile and make smiling has lots of benefits, like it reduces the stress, it enhances the mood, it lowers the blood pressure, it improves the immune system. So isn't it so easy to spread smile and make each other happy? It's a game. If we smile at someone, they smile back at you. Let's remember playing this game and try to make someone smile every day. It's a fun game ever. The Smile Game. Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. That was nothing short of brilliant. From grade 3D, we have a creative artist known for her work in drawing, art, and craft. Her TED topic, "The Man Behind the Red Nose," shines a light on a special character. Please welcome Sumaira Mokal.
Wait, am I late? Is it over? Did I miss the whole show? Phew, I made it right on time. Clown time! Hello everyone, my name is Samaira and I am a clown, a joker. I love making people laugh. I mean, think about it. The world can be kind of serious, right? There is homework, other chores, and that one sock which always disappears in the laundry. But when you are a clown, even just for a few minutes, you get to remind people, have fun, be silly, and not take life so seriously. My job as a clown: slip on banana peels, tell terrible jokes, make balloon animals, and maybe even take a pie to the face. This all is just to get that giggle from you. But being a clown isn't just about being funny. It's about being brave enough to get up in front of people and act total ridiculous. It's about spreading joy, even if you feel a little nervous or awkward. And honestly, that's kind of magical. So yes, I am a clown and I am proud of it. Because if I can make anyone brighten the day or just get a smile on their face, so I have done something pretty special, right? Last month, when I was coming for my performance, I fell in the stairs. My knee got badly hurt. But still, I went on the stage and performed my act. I purposely fell on the same knee just to see my audience bursting into laughter. Ouch, it was paining so bad. That's why I say, being a clown takes courage. You have to be goofy in front of a crowd. You have to be okay in laughing. You have to be okay in messing up and even laughing at yourself. That's not easy. Let's be honest. Life isn't always easy. Some days feel heavy. Some days feel gloomy. People go through tough times, and sometimes even your friends or your classmates are carrying sadness that you can't see. That's where we come in. We might look silly behind that funny face, But what we are doing is something really important. We are reminding people that it's okay to laugh, and even in the middle of a bad day, joy is still possible. So, yes, when the world feels heavy, clown can lift it just a little with a joke or a ridiculous dance. I act ridiculous on purpose. I wear mismatched socks. I tell bad jokes. Why? Because joy matters. The truth is, everyone needs a clown in their life. Not a circus clown like me, but someone who can brighten up the mood, bring joy during tough times, and remind us not take everything so seriously. And before I go, tell me, why did the clown go to school? Think. Because he wanted to be the class clown. Okay, one more. How do clowns stay cool during summers? With fantastic jokes. Thank you.
Thank you, Samara. Your performance was absolutely marvelous. Hailing from grade 4C is a confident speaker with a flair for public speaking and a love for music. His TED Talk is titled Music, the Language Everyone Speaks. Please welcome Rian Shetye.
Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. Even if you didn't know the lyrics, you probably felt the message. A wish for kindness and peace. That's the magic of music. It carries hope straight to the heart. No translation needed. Music is really the language everyone speaks. I'm only 10, but music has been my friend for as long as I can remember. I sing pop songs while I do my homework, while I play, even when I'm brushing my teeth. My favorite moment was my first school concert. I was nervous, knees shaking like tiny drums. But the second I started singing, the fear disappeared. I looked and saw smiles, even from the people I'd never met. That day I understood music can connect strangers faster than words. Scientists have scanned people's brains while they're listening to music. Guess what? Music lights up both the sides of the brain. The left side that solves the problems and the right side that feels emotions. That's why a drum beat can make you dance and a quiet piano melody can bring tears. Even babies, before they can speak, bounce to rhythm. Music is built into us. Another amazing thing, music travels without a passport. People in India, Brazil, and Japan may not share the same words, but we all tap our feet to a good beat. I can listen to a Spanish song I've never learned and still feel the joy in its melody. That's because music talks to our heart, not our dictionaries. Music doesn't just entertain, it heals. Doctors use it to calm patients. Athletes use it to run faster. It serves as a therapy to treat many mental disorders, including chronic illnesses and depression. It can make a lonely person feel joyful and relaxed. When people sing together, their heartbeats can start to match rhythm. How incredible is that? And did you know what's called the oldest sound in the world? It's Om. People have been chanting it for thousands of years. Scientists say the vibration of the sound Om is very special. It calms the mind, slows down your heartbeat, and even helps the body heal. When many voices chant Om together, it feels like the whole room is breathing in one rhythm. And that reminds us, music isn't just in instruments or songs, it can live inside us too. Let's try something right now. Everyone clap a slow beat with me. Yes. Listen, our claps are joining together. For a moment, we are a tiny orchestra. And that's music connecting us. No words needed.
Music is like a bridge made of sound. Bridges connect two sides of a river, and music connects two sides of a word or even two hearts. You don't need tickets, passports, or even the same language. All you need is a melody to cross that bridge together. So next time you can't find the right words, just hum a tune, tap a rhythm, or sing out loud. Music is the world's most powerful language, a language that heals, unites, and speaks straight to the heart. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. Let's keep making it better. One song, one beat, one heart at a time. Thank you.
Thank you, Reyansh. Your message was not only powerful but also deeply relatable. Not only that, but audience, Reyansh was actually down with a 103-degree fever and yet he came for his TED. I think we should really appreciate that with a huge round of applause. Now, presenting from grade 5A is a gifted communicator known for her excellent conversation skills, storytelling, and creative writing. When she's not crafting stories, she enjoys playing squash and MMA. Her TED topic, Power of Positive Thinking, is sure to inspire. Please welcome Alia Sheikh.
Positivity is an opportunity to show your creativity. Forget your flaws and write your own laws. Hello everyone, I am Alia Sheikh. Pleased to share my views on the power of positive thinking. Today, lots of people are scared that AI will take away their jobs. But I'm not. I don't have a job because I am a student. Actually, I think technology is just a tool which humans have invented to make their life easier. So why to create commotion? We all know early man's discovery was fire, and fire is dangerous. But humans didn't stop because of fear. With positive thinking, they learned how to use it for their benefits. Failure and success are both part of our life. But by maintaining a positive mindset helps to bounce back and stay motivated. Talking about motivation, our motivation should not depend on external sources like success, money, name, or fame. Because if these things are snatched away from you, you will feel like a failure. Sources of motivation should be in belief system. Our belief system should be strong. Have you heard about Adivasis women of Thailand? They pierce their face with bamboo sticks. Humans say it's a torture, but they say, no, my Lord is getting pleased and I'm getting purified. It is their belief system. They do not feel the pain. This is the power of positive thinking. Abraham Lincoln, Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa all had the powerful belief system and they created history. Our mind is a very powerful tool. It can make you or it can break you. Here I would like to share a story with you all of Arindama Sinha. She was a national level volleyball player till 2011. But unfortunately, she met an accident. She was thrown out from a moving train by robbers and leading to a loss of a left leg. So tragic for a sports person, am I right? But she didn't stop here. This accident gave her a new journey. Rather, I would say, an inspiring new journey. What a positive mindset that lady had. She decided right on a hospital bed to take a new challenge and train herself to become the first female amputee to scale the Mount Everest. And not only Mount Everest, she went on to conquer all the 7 peaks of the world. She won numerous awards, including Padma Shri Award by Government of India in the year of 2015. This proved that if your belief system is strong and positive, success will follow you. Positive thinking isn't about ignoring difficulties. It's about responding to them with courage and determination.
But do you think today's generation, especially Gen Zs, truly following this? I hope everyone knows who Gen Z are. Gen Z are the ones whose faces are always down. You know why? Because they're always busy with their mobile, scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Sometimes I feel their thumb get more exercise than their body. But they are very good at technology. If mom or dad says, "Beta, can you please check? My mobile is not working." Within a second, they solve the problem, like IT support at home. But after solving the problem, they drown themselves back into their mobile. They live their faces only at one special moment. You know when? At the time of taking selfie. Many people say Gen Z get offended very quickly. For example, if they don't find matching t-shirt to wear, their mood changes and negativity sets in. If they score less marks in exams, they often feel depressed. So I would say, instead of dealing with such volatile emotion, they should treat failure as a lessons. Like if today is tough, tomorrow can be tougher. But with perseverance and dedication, day after tomorrow will definitely be incredible. As Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam said, your best teacher is your last mistake. So there's no need to panic. We just need to keep moving forward with our discipline and dedication. Let me give you an example to understand better what I mean to say by discipline and dedication. Let me think. Wait. Why should I take any other example? If I could tell you my own personal experience. Are you guys excited to listen my journey of challenges and obstacles? Are you all ready? Yes. So, a few years back, I was struggling with a subject called mathematics. It was becoming a real challenge for me. Even though I was excellent in other subjects, I was confused and kept asking myself, why I'm getting so low marks? Why are there so many scribbles on my paper? I thought it again and again. And finally, with positive mind, I decided to start with one thing: discipline. I began with a regular practice, with consistency and dedication. My focus mood was on. Slowly and steadily, this gave me results. Now, I can proudly say that I have become confident, even a pro in mathematics. Can you believe this? So I would say challenges and obstacles are always present in the life of journey. But if one have decided firmly to achieve his or her goal, no one can stop that person. Now I end up my talk with this thought. If you ever get no as an answer, remember this. NO simply means next opportunity. This is the power of positive thinking. Now, it's up to you to decide what your decision will be. Thank you. This is Alia Sheikh signing off.
Thank you, Alia. You turned a simple idea into something very profound. Stepping onto the stage is Vihan Kasurde from grade 6C, admired for his neat handwriting and love for storytelling. Vihan enjoys reading and is always eager to learn something new. When he's not lost in a good book, he's often seen on the badminton court. Please join me in welcoming Vihan Kasurde as he presents his TED student talk. And his topic for today is social media, a blessing or a curse.
So, before I introduce myself and the topic on which I will be giving my TED talk, I want to ask a quick question. Please raise your hand if you use social media in any form in your day-to-day life. Please, a quick hand raise. Well, of course I was expecting that. Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, and the list goes on and on. We have entered a world where the buzzword is social media, which connects us to the outside world. Good morning, everyone. I am Vihan Kasurde, and I am here to speak on the topic social media. Is it a curse or a blessing? Let me give you one example. Yesterday, I started my day with the app EduSprint as I was checking for the updates for my homework and classwork. But unknowingly, I started to see short videos on YouTube and reels on Instagram and wasted my 15 minutes. What do you think? Was it really necessary to waste those 15 minutes? Maybe yes, maybe no. So let us start by understanding what is social media. Social media is an online platform where we are able to share our thoughts, information, messages, texts, etc. We use social media in our day to day life in the form of WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, and much more. There are around approximately 5.41 billion social media users across the globe, which represents 65.7% of the world's population. Isn't that huge? Then the question arises, if so many people use social media, then why the confusion of whether is it a curse or a blessing, right? Let me explain why. So, there are three main reasons why people use social media in their day-to-day life. 1. To be in touch with their friends and family members. 2. To get the latest news. And 3. For filling in the spare time, that is for entertainment purpose. Now let's have a look at the pros and cons of social media. Loads of information from various sources are easily available, like from ChatGPT, Gemini, Siri, etc. But at the same time, it can be also used as a weapon to spread fake news and information that can have adverse impact. Similarly, it just takes a click to make things go viral on social media. But it also keeps us engaged for a longer period of time through interesting content, which makes it harder for people to disengage. Since it is easy and fast to connect with all the people across the globe, business owners and companies use social media to advertise and sell their products online. But the flip side is that cases of cheating, scams, etc. are on a rise on social media. Hackers use personal details of users for wrong purpose, and children are facing cyberbullying. And now we have is entertainment. Social media offers a wide range for entertainment. For example, movies, songs, reels, videos, games, etc., etc., and etc. Children prefer watching YouTube more than TV nowadays. But this impacts the mental well-being of the person and at times even the academic performance of the students. So now, having looked at both the sides, I repeat my question. What do you think? Is social media a curse or a blessing? I think in today's world, it is an essential tool, but just like a knife. It can be a blessing if used wisely, but can turn into a curse if used without any boundaries. Thank you.
Thank you, Vihan. It was truly fascinating. Introducing a talented student from grade 7C, known for her grace in dance and her love for reading and painting. She brings a quiet yet powerful perspective through her talk titled Inside the Mind of a Quiet Student. Please welcome Sharvi Shekhar Matekar.
I was in grade 6, I think just a year before, and it was time for my parent-teacher meeting, PTM for short. I was a bit scared, even though I had done quite well in the academics. As we went to meet the first teacher, she told my parents that your daughter is very smart. She has scored good marks too, but she's a bit shy and a very quiet child. We moved on to the second teacher, the third, fourth, fifth, and so on. The teachers were all different, but they said the same thing. Good, but quiet. Nice, but shy. And this is not the first time I've been hearing all it. And by now, I had got quite used to it. But still, This time, as a confused sixth grader, this made me wonder, is being an introvert really bad? So today, let's talk about the people who might not always have been the loudest in the room. Have you ever noticed a quiet student in your classroom, as your classmate, your bench partner, or as your friend? Or the quiet ones might be present at your home, as your near and dear ones. What do you think is going on in their mind? Today, I will take you on a journey to understand their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Many of us think that the quiet ones are shy, disinterested, or lack confidence, but that's not the case, and I believe there's more to it. When students don't talk, they are looking, they are listening, and observing the world around them. They are like deep oceans. On the surface, they may seem calm and still, but beneath, there's a world full of thoughts, ideas, and creativity. This topic reminds me of a great Indian leader, Mahatma Gandhi ji, who believed in the power of silence. He said, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. His legacy teaches us that quiet strength and determination can lead to profound changes. I've heard from many people saying this to my mom, that your daughter is very quiet and doesn't make much chaos in the house. Sometimes my mother thinks that people assume she's not doing enough hard work because I am a quiet one and I do not generate a lot of extra work or noise. But is that true? Well, I don't talk openly in front of the people whom I don't know, but I'm very talkative in front of my parents. And to tell you the truth, sometimes when I start talking, my mother has to tell me to stop and give my tongue a little bit of rest. Introverts make a third to a half of the world's population. That's the same amount of people as the populations of China, India, and of the United States all combined. And in spite of being such a large group, the quiet ones, the introverts, are often misunderstood, aren't they? A quiet child's mind is like a treasure trove of observations, insights, and creativity, often hidden beneath the surface and hardly noticed by the outside world. We all might have observed that understanding quiet students requires empathy, support, and of course, a lot of patience. By encouraging their interests and celebrating their strengths, we can help them build confidence and thrive. I'm heartened to see that a school is nurturing the talents of its quiet students through art and science exhibitions, creative writing contests, photography competitions, and many more, which encourage the students to participate and gives the quiet ones a chance to express themselves in their very own way. We all think that being loud means being an extrovert, while being silent means being an introvert. But believe me, the quiet ones are the ones who make the most noise in the world, and they have the loudest minds. Let's take examples of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the former president of India, and young achievers like Gukesh Domaraju and Aman Chehrawat, who demonstrate the potential of quiet students to excel in various fields. After many days of trying to solve the question, I finally got the answer. Being quiet is not a disadvantage. It is a trait that makes one significant and important. It is a trait worth cherishing and praising. One day, the quiet ones will be known as valuable community members that they already are, and I hope that day comes soon. So, the next time you see a quiet student, remember, they are not empty. They are full of thoughts, ideas, and creativity. So let's give them a voice to unlock their full potential. And we all shall keep in mind that they are different, but not less. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharvi. Talks like these remind us why curiosity and courage go hand in hand. Representing grade 8C is an exceptional all-rounder. She excels in academics, has twice ranked third internationally in Olympiads for maths and science, and scored 94 out of 100 in the Trinity Grade 3 electronic keyboard exam. She paints plays tennis, badminton, and chess, and even enjoys speed cubing. Her topic is deeply relevant today, disconnected in a connected world. Please welcome Anushri Dinesh.
Greetings to all. I have a quick question for you. How many of you check your phone even before finishing your breakfast? Yup, me too. Apparently, we need memes before we need food. We can send a message across the world in seconds, but it takes us longer to reply to a classmate sitting right next to us. Technology promised to make communication faster, but somehow we are better at scrolling than actually talking. We are great at liking pictures, not so great at saying hello. And this is what bothers me: the great communication downgrade. We are disconnected in a connected world, and this is a huge communication crisis of our times. Once, people actually talked, like face to face, letters, eye contact, no Wi Fi needed. Now, conversations look like, "Hey, did you see my status? Cool, no?" We have more ways to connect than ever, but we have forgotten how to connect. It's like owning 20 pens but not remembering how to write. We are great at typing lol without laughing. We scroll through reels of people talking, and when it's our turn, the brain says, "System error, please restart." Even emojis are doing our job. We are letting technology speak for us. And you know what? It's terrible at it. Let's say you are hanging out with your friends. What do you see? You see everyone's on their phone. We are together, but somewhere else at the same time. Connected online, disconnected in real life, like a group chat with no one typing back. And here's the bigger problem: it's not just awkward moments or short replies. Kids today spend so much time on screens that we are actually losing the skill of real conversation. We don't get enough face to face practice. We don't learn tone, patience, empathy, or how to read expressions. Ask a kid to speak in class, and it's like their mouth forgot the language of real conversation. Endless scrolling rewires the brain. Attention spans shrink, patience disappears, memory fades. Screen time isn't just stealing hours, it's stealing dialogue muscles. Talking isn't just words, it's tone, expression, eye contact, silence, emotion. Cavemen used grunts and paintings. Ancient civilizations used scripts. And now we use memes. Evolution just in reverse. So, what do we do? You don't need to throw away your phones. If I told you to do that, half of you would immediately stop listening. The answer lies in balance. Try to talk instead of text. Speak instead of scroll. Listen with attention, not just ears. Challenge yourself. Keep your phone face down for 10 minutes. Survive it, and congratulations. You have unlocked level 1 of human communication. So, here are my final thoughts. We are living in a connected world. But if we forget to look up from our screens, we will be the most disconnected, connected generation ever. No app, no gadget, no AI can replace a real smile, a real laugh, or a real, "Hey, how are you?" said with actual feeling. Thank you.
Thank you, Anushri. You made us pause, reflect, and rethink. Joining us from grade 9B is Anya Iftikhar Hussain, the dynamic and creative art and cultural vice captain. She is a confident and expressive speaker who has won numerous trophies in elocution and poetry recitation competitions. Passionate, articulate, and thoughtful, she strongly believes in the transformative power of words and expression to inspire and influence others. Her TED topic is Power of Manifestation and How It is Perceived as Magic.
Hello, everyone. In this age of viral self-help trends and positivity, how many of you have come across concepts? I'll restart. Hello, everybody. In this age of self-help trends and viral positivity, how many of you have come across all this? And for those who have engaged with it, does it feel like a form of magical thinking that you remain inherently skeptical of? Descriptively, manifestation is a multi-step process that involves the conscious creation of circumstances and outcomes in one's life. It is not simply wishing for something and expecting it to appear magically, but rather an active alignment of one's internal world, that is, their thoughts, feelings, and mindset, with one's external world, which is their actions and reality. My introduction to manifestation started with my mom, and since then, I've relied on it repeatedly. Case in point, the student council elections that were held in August. Becoming a captain was a childhood dream I'd always cherished. Despite my profound fear, I fully committed to manifestation along with planned action. I vividly saw myself wearing the badge. I said to myself that I was already the captain. And through that focus, the captaincy materialized. Through this experience, I had discovered that manifestation is profoundly powerful, as it focuses your mind and energy, aligns actions with belief, and creates a powerful, self-fulfilling prophecy. For skeptics that don't believe in manifesting and dismiss it as wishful thinking, there's way more to it. From a neuroscience perspective, manifestation is about rewiring your brain so it's primed to subconsciously seek out something you want or the steps you need to take to reach a certain goal. When you think about an intention with a completely positive mind, you convince yourself that it's within reach. You change your mindset along the way, create and strengthen neural pathways that motivate your brain to make your dreams reality. Dr. James Doty, a Stanford neurosurgeon, coined the term embedding your intention, which basically means teaching your brain that certain things are super important, so it becomes hell-bent on turning them into reality. A few weeks ago, my best friend shared a problem with me. There was a goal she wished to achieve, and everything seemed to go her way. But towards the winning step, it always went wrong. She complained that she would never be able to achieve said goal. That's when I introduced her to manifestation. A few days later, I received a call. It was her sharing fantastic news. She said that she had accomplished the goal she once felt was impossible, and all she changed this time around was her mindset towards it. This experience had further strengthened my belief in manifestation and made me realize that sometimes the winning step towards achieving a goal is always changing your mindset towards it. Now, an important question arises in all our minds. How do we practice manifestation in a proper and effective manner? Well, the core concept of the practice of manifestation typically involves several interconnected techniques. The foundational step towards manifesting is clarity and intentionality. It requires one to clearly define and articulate precisely what they want to manifest. The desire must be specific, vibrant, and focused, acting as a clear order or signal sent to the universe or one's subconscious mind. Visualization is a way to manifest effectively. Practitioners engage in creative visualization where they vividly imagine themselves possessing or experiencing the desired outcome, often in the present tense. The next step is positive affirmations and belief. This involves repeating positive statements to yourself about the desired outcome. Next comes gratitude. Cultivating a sense of gratitude for what one already has, as well as for the manifested goal before it even appears, is believed to raise one's positive energy and sent as a signal to the universe that you are ready for the good things coming your way. So, the best way to manifest is actually not supposed to be as complicated as it sounds. All you need to do is find a cozy corner and sit with your eyes closed. Start by thanking the universe for what you already have. Then visualize yourself vividly. Include the sensory details. Enjoy what it feels like, sounds like, smells like, and what it is to live like in your desired life. Then repeat words of affirmation to yourself and believe that they are true. To conclude this talk, I'd like to leave you with one thought. Manifestation, when practiced with positivity and gratitude, builds a sense of lasting positivity and purpose. So, start today, believe in your own power, and watch as the universe responds. Thank you.
Thank you, Anya. That was elegantly structured and passionately presented. Next up is Priyal Bhanushali from grade 10C, a graceful and accomplished Indian classical dancer trained in the traditional art of Bharatnatyam. An articulate and persuasive speaker, she has earned numerous accolades in elocution, debate, and extempore competitions. Creative and versatile, she finds joy in music, reading, writing, and badminton, reflecting her vibrant and well-rounded personality. Her TED topic for today is Power of Saying No, Self-Respect and Boundaries.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let me ask you something a little personal. When was the last time that you felt truly seen? Not as a parent, not as a provider, not as the person who always keeps the things running, but as you, a human being with feelings, with needs, with limits. It's okay if you don't remember, because the truth is, too many of us have been going through our life with a smile on our face and a whisper in our heart saying, I'm tired, I need a break, I'm stretched thin. But we don't say it aloud. We stay quiet. We say yes, yes, and yes until our backs ache, our patience thins, and deep down our heart whispers, enough. Why? Why do we do this to ourselves? Because we are taught that saying no is selfish, that love means always giving, always being available, always sacrificing. But today, I am here to tell you something that I believe with my whole heart. Saying no, respectfully, kindly, confidently, is the greatest act of love. Not just love for others, but love for yourself. Because when you do learn how to say no, you learn something priceless. That self-respect, it is the foundation of all real love. Saying no isn't rude. It's not weak. It's powerful. It's brave. And quite frankly, it's necessary. So, the next question that pops in our mind is, how do we protect that self-respect? How do we hold on to it in a world that's constantly pulling us from every direction possible, constantly demanding more and more of us. We do it by setting boundaries. Those invisible but vital lines that protect your time, your energy, your peace of mind. Boundaries are not about rejection, it's about protection. Because boundaries are the foundation of every no you will ever say. And without those boundaries, your no loses its power. And so do you. Let's admit it. Boundaries get a bad reputation. People think they're cold or distant, like walls. But boundaries, they are not walls, they are gates, sacred ones. Imagine your life as a beautiful garden. You have worked so hard. Your time, your love, your dreams, your energy are poured into that garden. Now, what would happen if that garden had no fence, no protection? Stress, exhaustion, guilt, noise, all those weeds grow wild and fast. Anyone and everything can trample through. That's what life is without boundaries. Boundaries are not about shutting people out. They're about keeping the important part of yourself safe. They are how we say, I matter too. And the most powerful, yet the strangest tool to create those boundaries, that same simple word, no. But I will be very honest. Saying no sounds easy in theory, right? But in real life, not so much. We don't just fear the word, we fear the fallout. What comes after it? We worry. Will they think I'm rude? But what if I hurt their feelings? I will just say yes, it's easier. Sound familiar? Let me give you a real life scenario. You have had a long day. Your brain's tired. Your body's fried. You have just sat down and ping, suddenly a message comes. Can't you do just one more thing? Your heart screams, no, but your mouth, it can only calmly smile and say, sure, no problem. And inside, that quiet voice starts shouting, what are you doing? Why? Because somewhere along the way, we were taught that saying yes means we are good people, kind, generous, helpful, peaceful. But here's the truth that we all need to relearn. Saying no doesn't mean you do not care. It means you're honest about what you can do and what you cannot do. Without boundaries, that garden that you worked so hard to grow will have no value. The main question still remains. How do we say no without sounding rude? There's a big difference between saying no harshly and saying no respectfully. A harsh no slams the door shut. It says, I'm done. Don't talk to me. But a respectful one, it opens a different kind of door. It goes, I care about this, but I care about myself first. Or, I really want to help you, but I don't have the capacity right now. A respectful no is still rooted in kindness, but it stands firm. It knows its worth. And here's the beauty of it. When you model that kind of no, your children watch and they learn. They learn that their worth isn't tied to constant giving. It's okay to pause, to protect their peace. They learn that boundaries, they are not your shame. They are your strength. And when you learn to say no, you teach the world how to treat you, and you teach your children how to treat themselves. Let me give you a simple analogy. Imagine boundaries as traffic signals on the road of life. Green means go. Move forward, say yes. Yellow means slow down, check in with yourself. And red? Red means stop, say no. Imagine a city where every single light is a green one. No reds, no yellows, no pauses. Just go, go, and go. What happens? Chaos, collisions, breakdowns. That's what life feels like without boundaries. Without boundaries, how can we ever function? Just like a city cannot function without stoplights, no human being can function without boundaries. So, today, here's what I want to leave you with. Give yourself permission to say no, not because you are selfish, but because you matter. Let your children grow up watching you choose balance over burnout. Let them learn that boundaries, they are not mean, they are mature. That boundaries, they are not a betrayal of love, they are the very foundation of it. Because when you learn to say no to what drains you, you say yes to what truly matters. Your health, your peace, your family. And when you learn to say no, you unlock a life filled with real love, respect, and balance. And if any of you ever wonders or forgets why any of this matters, remember this powerful truth by the therapist Nedra Glover. You cannot set yourself on fire to keep others warm. So stop burning. Start choosing. Say no to what costs you your peace, and let that be your act of love. Choose yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Priyal. Your performance was enriching. Next is Karman Majumdar from grade 11A. Your friendly neighborhood, jack of all trades, master of none. He dabbles in a little bit of everything, from trying to fix things he probably broke in the first place, to pretending to know what he's doing half the time. His favorite hobby? Listening to music like it's a full-time job. Because if overanalyzing lyrics counted as a career, he'd be a CEO by now. Please welcome him. He'll be presenting his views on relationships, the illogical part that nobody understands.
Blaise Pascal, one of the smartest men to ever grace this planet, once said, "The heart has its reasons for which reason knows nothing of." When I first heard this, I was quite confused. Because why doesn't the heart and the brain agree on the same things? Why can't the brain fully comprehend what the heart fully desires? But the more you think about it, the more it makes sense. We fight with people we love. We care about people who never cared back. We forgive people who never said sorry. It's completely illogical. We think relationships are about logic, about what's right and what's wrong. We try to find this moral compass to direct us into thinking that there's a morally correct solution to everything, and especially in cases of relationships. But there just isn't any, and it's not that easy, because relationships cannot be purely based on logic. They're about emotion, feeling, what you feel in the moment. You can have every reason to want to walk away, but still want to stay. or have every reason to stay and still drift apart. Because us humans, we don't run on just logic. We run on connection, validation. It's the two core things that make a relationship what it is. Our first taste of this comes from family. The first relationships that we enter into the moment we enter into the world come into. The same parents who drive us insane are the same ones we come running right back to when something goes wrong. The same siblings that we call annoying or irritating are the ones to defend us first. It makes no sense. Friendships, the quiet relationships that hold us together, and personally, the one that I value the most, because they're there for me no matter what. It doesn't matter if I didn't win that race. It doesn't matter if I didn't win that competition. They'll still be there to uplift me no matter what, no matter the outcome. Because they've seen you at your absolute best and your absolute worst. And they'll still manage to text you the next day. Again, it makes no sense. And then comes the relationships that we forget in the first place. The one with ourselves. Because how can you expect to love anyone else when you can't even love yourself fully? How can you expect true and meaningful connections when you're disconnected from yourself? Because isn't that just the first half of it, of what a relationship is? The 50% of the equation is solved there. If you can love yourself, if you can process your emotions, if you can understand who you are, then only will you be able to understand the others. But these connections, they don't last forever. Not always. Not all of them. Some end tragically, some end in a demeaning way, some mutually, but no matter what the reason is, it'll still hurt. The pain still lies in here. Why is that? Even if you know the reason, even if it is the correct thing that it ended, why do we still feel pain? It's completely illogical to feel so, but it's also right to feel so. Because what we've been taught, what we've always been doing our entire lives is bottling up emotions. We bottle these feelings up and throw them away just for it to come back later, and then it hurts like hell. Why? Can't we process our emotions fully? It's like a dormant volcano. And when it erupts, eventually, with time, it will hurt. But we have to let it hurt. That's the point of this. Why do we let it sit there? Why do we delude ourselves with distractions, trying to not understand it? We have to understand it. We have to process those feelings. Because then only is moving on possible. Moving on isn't easy. Letting go, even harder. But we have to understand and realize that the faster you understand these emotions, the more you'll understand yourself, the more you'll grow as a person. Why do we then just sit there and let it rest? We shouldn't. Because once you move on, you'll realize that you didn't stop caring about someone else. you just started caring about yourself a little more, no matter how minuscule or minute it might be. That's what makes the difference. So relationships, they're messy, they hurt, illogical, terrifying to some. But the love and the memories that we make along the way are what stick. So relationships might be illogical, but I think being illogical might be the most logical thing to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Karman. That was very thought-provoking. Finally, from grade 12A, we have Akira Iyer. Her TED topic is Our Brave New World, Utopia of Today. She believes in the power of language to shape thought, ignite change, and reimagine the future. With a deep passion for oration and a sharp eye on the present, please welcome the voice behind Our Brave New World, Utopia of Today, Akira Iyer.
Their world didn't allow them to be sane, virtuous, happy. What with the mothers and lovers? What with the prohibitions they were not conditioned to obey? What with the temptations and the lonely remorses? What with all the diseases and the endless isolating pain? What with the uncertainties and the poverty? They were forced to feel strongly, and feeling strongly, how could they be stable? This passage is a quote from the novel A Brave New World, penned by Aldous Huxley. Huxley paints a supposed utopia, which is far from paradise. Everyone is content in their own oblivion, lack empathy, and the idea of true freedom is lost on them. Such a world is born after the 9 Years' War. This new world state brainwashes its citizens into following a chain of command and forbids questioning the higher power. This is where we as readers are forced to ponder whether this truly is a utopia. Here is where our Brave New World comes in, a society quite similar to that of Huxley's. So, our world, picture perfect, isn't it? Where an average of 245 million women worldwide experience intimate partner violence, which is 1 in 3. 13,000 Indian students commit suicide every single year. In our country, 1 farm laborer dies every hour. An Indian sanitation worker dies every 5 days. But what are these? Just numbers? Numbers we see every day? And it's not just us, citizens of nations who have grown completely numb to them. It's the world leaders, authorities, the apparent keepers of peace. And all these wars we see? Projections of their internal insecurities, their want to prove who is boss, their way of leaving a contorted legacy. Autocrats, oligarchs, and crony capitalists are the conductors of this dystopian orchestra, this cacophony. The mindset of most of us is, if it doesn't happen in our backyard, it happens nowhere. So who cares, right, about a shriveled child dying somewhere in some corner of the globe with no chances of a tomorrow? Compassion and empathy are dying. We have been completely insensitized. This lack of feeling for another, it will be the nail in the coffin of humanity. We, the Gen Z, have always sought answers at the click of a button. But there is this one question. Why is the world the way it is? To which we unfortunately get the same reply every single time, Control plus C, Control plus V. It's not that simple, beta. The world isn't in black and white. Okay, full stop. No more questions asked. But in fact, it is that simple, made complex by those who do not seek solutions, who fear change, who fear being powerless and out of control. Lives will be lost in the dust of anonymity. The solution to war? Peace. We've been learning it since the first grade. And yet, history continues to repeat itself. We continue to make our past mistakes. We as Indians, we should know better. Our freedom, it came from peace. To topple a totalitarian, it doesn't take arms. It takes peace. You don't fight fire with fire because fire only burns. This doctrine of peace is no childish dream. It was practiced by the Mahatma and people like Martin Luther King Jr., Einstein, and Aung San Suu Kyi. Peace isn't bound by time. It can prevail forever, and all it requires is a catalyst. Along with losing our sense of empathy, we have lost two very important qualities: our sense of tolerance and forgiveness. And history cannot always be held responsible for the present, but our present can surely be held responsible for our future. War sees no faith, no morality, and no humanity. So, in truth, no war is ever really fought in the name of religious sentiment. Religion is merely an excuse. The true reason behind any war hides behind a tyrant: geopolitical supremacy. So, where do we take our world, this world, from here? To a progressive society? Or back several centuries fighting in clans over pieces of land? At this pace, we are straight headed towards a retrograde dystopia, where there's a constant fight for survival, for hunger, and the power-greedy continue to dominate over the weak. This blame game, it must cease. It has been an age-old tradition of humanity. Why is it that those who have opinions are questioned and shut down? Just because you do not have opinions of your own gives you no right to criticize someone who can formulate his own ideology, just because you choose to be of a herd mentality. My generation is one that has opinions and asks questions. So when you, the earlier generations, take this ability away from us, you take away our freedom and our rights as humans. When the youth is out on the streets, it signifies the need for change, for peaceful revolution. When one corner of the earth burns and we ignore it, we fail as humans. And in fact, we have failed quite a few times. 2 women in the northeast of India have suffered such great injustice. And yet, their case goes unnoticed by us and the authorities. Having been paraded indecently and then taken advantage of, they find it difficult to face their own people. This state has been burning for so long, and yet justice awaits. The government shushes it up like it's a big secret. The voices of the weak are muted. Why? Because it is shameful to discuss sexual violence. But you know what is shameful? To be unbothered by such suffering taking place in one's own country. What are we exactly waiting for? A verdict from the courts of the world? The solution to this atrophied society lies within us. In the words of Camus, we used to wonder where war lived, what it was that made it so vile. And now we realize that we know where it lives, that it is inside ourselves.
Thank you, Akira. You owned that stage and shared something very meaningful.
What an extraordinary and inspiring series of talk. Each speaker reminded us that ideas are seeds, and when nurtured and shared, they grow into forests of innovation, transformation, and lasting impact. To honor the brilliance and creativity and unwavering dedication of our student speakers, we now invite our principal, Mrs. Ritu Dubey, to graciously present the TEDx certificates and trophies to the participants of session 2. May I now invite all our participants to kindly come forward and receive your certificates of appreciation and trophies.
We have come to the end of the session program, but believe me, parents, this is just the beginning. Yes? Beginning of the journey and with wonderful steps. So congratulations to all of you.
Heartiest congratulations to all our young changemakers. May your voices continue to resonate with inspiration and may your ideas ripple far and wide, igniting meaningful transformation wherever they reach.
Every remarkable event is the fruits of many hands working together in harmony and many hearts united on purpose.
To convey our heartfelt gratitude to all who made today's TED-Ed student talks a resounding success, may I invite Tiara Shetty to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to one and all. As we draw this radiant celebration of ideas to a close, it is my privilege to extend our deepest gratitude to all who have made today truly extraordinary. We are profoundly honored by the presence of our principal, Mrs. Ritu Dubey, whose nurturing leadership, unwavering dedication, and holistic approach have been the bedrock of this event's resounding success. To our dear APT members and parents, your steadfast support fuels confidence, courage, and creativity. We also salute our meticulous support staff whose behind-the-scenes efforts have ensured a seamless and flawless event. Finally, we celebrate our participants and student speakers whose ingenuity, passion, and eloquence have transformed TED-Ed student talks into a vibrant festival of imagination, knowledge, and leadership. Let us rise and offer a thunderous round of applause to honor every individual who contributed to this remarkable journey. Thank you, one and all.
As we draw the curtains on today's TED-Ed student talk, let us carry forward one enduring truth with us, that every great idea begins with a whisper within a daring mind. Thank you everyone for being part of this extraordinary celebration of ideas worth spreading. May your day be
inspiring,
enlightening,
and filled with curiosity.